Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing world of corporate filings and make it make sense for you. And today we have a filing from National CineMedia Incorporated, or NCR known on the stock market. And let me tell you, this one has a bit of a shake-up at the top that we need to talk about. Also stick around because we're going to look at what this means structurally for the company, and if that means anything for your investments. Before we dive deeper, if you like getting simple, clear breakdowns of these, often complicated documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a fantastic community over on our Discord server. It is linked in the description below, so come join the conversation. Alright, so what we are looking at here is an 8K filing. Think of this as a report for really big, important news that a company needs to tell investors about right away. It is not like their regular quarterly update where they talk about their finances over 3 months. This is for something more immediate, and in this case, it is something that happened on the 29th of September of 2025. Now, the main event here, the juicy bit, is in item 5.02. This section of the filing is all about changes in a company, leadership. It covers when directors leave, when new ones join, or when key officers, like the Chief Financial Officer or Chief Executive Officer, make a move. And for National CineMedia Inc., we have a director stepping down. So on the 26th of September, just a few days before this report was filed, a director named Nathan Lane, often called Trip, decided to resign. He is out as a director and off any committees he was part of. This resignation was effective right before the board was set to approve a new director. Now, this is not just a random departure, it's connected to an agreement the company has with a group called Blantyre Capital. This directorate designation agreement, as they call it, lays out the rules for how certain directors are chosen. The filing makes it clear that Mr. Lane's leaving is not because of any arguments or disagreements with the company itself. He was actually put on the board by Blantyre Capital in the first place. And as per that agreement, Blantyre Capital gets to pick someone to take his spot. The company expects to welcome this new person, provided the board does its homework and makes sure that bringing in this new director is a good move and follows all the rules. This is pretty standard practice when you have investors who have specific rights to appoint board members. Essentially, Blantyre Capital is exercising its right to change its representative on the board. And at the bottom here we see the signature certifying this report, signed by Ronnie YNG, the Chief Financial Officer. This tells us that the financial leadership of the company is aware of and signing off on this notice of director change. This is in tier financial report with numbers to dissect, so there are no financial tables to deep dive into today, but a change in board composition can certainly signal shifts in strategy or governance that might eventually impact the financials. So, what does this all mean for National CineMedia Inc.? Well, the company operates movie theatres and produces advertising for them. These kinds of board changes, especially when tied to a specific investor like Blantyre Capital, can indicate how much influence that investor wants to exert. Blantyre Capital likely has specific interests or strategies they want to implement or oversee. Mr. Lane's resignation, being a designated director, suggests that Blantyre Capital is making a strategic decision to bring in a new voice or perspective. It's important to remember that NCMI has had some financial challenges in recent years, particularly with the long-term impact on movie theatres from streaming services and other factors. So, any change in board makeup could be tied to navigating those challenges, perhaps looking for new revenue streams, cost, saving measures, or even restructuring. Given that this is an 8K and not a financial report, we don't have the concrete numbers to analyze right now, but this director change is a signal of potential future strategy or governance alignment with Blantyre Capital. As objectives, it is more of a governance and strategy indicator than a direct financial performance report. Now, looking at this filing from a broader perspective, North Carolina MI is in a challenging industry. The shift in how people consume entertainment has put a lot of pressure on traditional movie theaters. Board changes like this are crucial because the directors are responsible for the company's long-term strategy and oversight. If Blantyre Capital is pushing for a different direction, we could see changes in how NCMI operates, maybe more focus on alternative content, different advertising models, or even explorations of partnerships or mergers. The risk here is that the company's core business continues to face headwinds, and the new director or strategy might not be enough to overcome those. However, the opportunity could be that a fresh perspective or a more aggressive strategic pivot led by Blantyre Capital's designee could unlock new value. Without the financial tables that would typically accompany a 10Q or 10K, it is hard to give a definitive financial assessment, but this board change is definitely something to keep an eye on for future strategic moves. Alright, that is our quick decode of this NCMI 8K filing. What is your take on this board shake up and what it might signal for the company's future direction? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give us a like and subscribe for more straight to the Point Corporate Analysis. And don't forget to join us on Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.